going on, guys? Jack here and welcome to episode 38 of The Road to Glory with FC United of Manchester. It's pretty crazy to think I'm already almost at the 40 episode mark. I must admit, like when I started my channel a few months back, if you told me that I was going to have two series coming up to 40 episodes each, I would have just laughed at you. But wow, credit to myself where credit's due. I can't believe... I guess I've stuck with one save for so long. I have this horrible habit of starting a save, then just jumping ship and getting bored of it over time. But I don't know, I'm really actually enjoying the two saves I've got on the go at the moment. Hopefully you guys are too, of course, in the Road to Glory and Pentagon Challenge. But anyway, let's just crack on immediately with this episode. So, in the previous episode, we got a really impressive 2-0 win against Tranmere. Since then, things really haven't gone our way for the most part. We've only lost one game in the league, but 3 draws and 1 loss in the league. And then we did actually manage to beat Leeds in the League Cup first round. And when we beat them, I was kicking myself because I was like, oh, I should have commentated that game. But upon reflection, we did then get slaughtered by Blackpool in the next game, and there's only so much detail and so many kind of matches I can cover a season before you end up with 20 episodes a season, which I really don't want. I want to keep this series moving at a rate which means that you guys stay interested. But this was a really good game for us. We performed really well on the day, and we actually were the better side compared to Leeds. Barney with the goal there. That was his first goal for the club since coming in. Really good stuff for him. Unfortunately for us, he got injured the very next game, and he's actually been out for a very long period of time. He is now back in the first team, but he's still not fully fit. He's not match fit, so just going to have him on the bench for today's game, and then if worse comes to worse, he can come on and maybe grab us a goal. He was out with a broken shoulder for 4 weeks, which 4 weeks for a broken shoulder really doesn't sound too bad, to be honest. We have also suffered with a few other injuries. John Carson was out for a period of time, 12 days with a sprained wrist, so he missed a few games in there. There were 1 or 2 other injuries. They were the 2 that kind of, I guess, stuck out the most in my mind when I think back to the game. But anyway, that was the only win we've had in this period against Leeds. We had a 1-1 draw against Colchester, which was a less than ideal game. Barney did get on the score sheet here, however this was the game that he got injured, so I was thinking back-to-back goals, 2 goals in 3 games, this guy's going to be a right good signing, and then he was out. And Billy Reid also got injured. That was another injury that happened. I don't think he was out for too long, but nevertheless I think he missed 1 game with it, and you know, when you miss a game through injury, it can be a bit of a bummer. Anyway, this was a game that we had against Barnsley following the Colchester game. This was a 2-2 draw away from home. Barnsley are actually struggling in this league, which surprises me because I kind of think of Barnsley as being a kind of fringe Championship League One side who kind of come up and down those 2 divisions. However, that's not what's happened on this save, and they are struggling. So 2-2 away from home isn't bad. I mean, this is a really weird game because Australian Sticky Pad Dude, that name is sticking, and I don't know why. He got an accidental pass there, and then, well, I don't know what happened then, but Sticky Pad Dude made another mistake. I mean, he didn't mean to score the first one, and for their goal, he heads it back to the centre-backs who kind of just stare at each other like, well, no, I insist, you go get it. And the other defender's like, no, you go get it, fine, sir. And then the striker's just like, thank you, squeezes between us and gets the goal. So that was disappointing. That said, John Carson did put us back ahead with a really nice long-range effort. Really good goal for him. I mean, that's his first goal at this level of football, which is really good. Unfortunately for us, we couldn't cling on, and in the 82nd minute, Glenn Stewart caught with the ball, and Loza there to just smash it into the bottom right corner of the net. So 2-2 that finished. A little bit disappointing that 2 mistakes led to our 2 goals, and they were very preventable, but it's just one of those things. Anyway, moving on from that, we had a game against Bristol City, who are top of the league, and we really were like lambs to the slaughter this game. We were actually 2-2 at one point, and then they scored, and I made my... well, actually, no, it was 3-2, I think, to them. And then we were coming back, and I'm thinking, right, we need to go attacking. We need some more goals. It got to kind of half-time, and we just scored, and we were only 3-2 down at that point, and I was like, right, momentum is on our side. We've got this. Went slightly more attacking, and they grabbed 2 almost immediately, and 5-2 is a completely different scoreline to 3-2. It killed all momentum that we had. Credit to the lads for, I guess, keeping it clean and not conceding and just totally rotting off. However, 5-2 is still a little bit of a rout. But anyway, they went 2-0 up in this game, and it was disappointing to see it happen like this, but it's one of those things where they're a good team in this division. I wouldn't expect to beat Bristol City. I feel as if there's just a few positions that when we get new players in there, like those positions, these are the kind of games we can win. It's not that Angus Gunn's been bad in goal, it's just that for me he's not good enough at this level to play in goal. He doesn't make many mistakes, but he's not a high enough kind of level player. Does that make sense? Like, if he was in League 2, I'd be like, he's a really good player. However, in this league, he's just not got quite enough quality between the sticks for us. So I'm looking forward to the two Finnish guys coming in. They come in at the start of December, which is another 3 months away. So that's still a long way off, but as soon as they come in, obviously we've got Finland's assistant vice captain coming in, the young centre mid with a shitload of creativity, so he'll be good for us. And then we've also got a really impressive Finnish goalkeeper who is like a low Premier League goalkeeper. So once those two guys come in, expect to see good things. That's kind of my prediction here. I think we'll be around mid-table, and I feel as if those two signings could like tip the balance come December and really see a surge from us up the table. But I mean, to be fair, we did score 2 goals against Bristol here, and admittedly, you know, I suppose to lose 5-2, it looks bad on the face of it, but there were some positives to take there. The fact that we had more possession than them, I guess, would kind of signal the fact that we kind of hold the ball against bigger teams, which is something really important to do, and it's just a case of us doing a little bit more with it in the final third when we have that ball. There's no point in having 53% of the ball if then you're only going to create a few chances from it. But anyway, that was Carson getting a goal back for us there, and that was, you know, it's one of these situations whereby it was a really ding-dong game, and in the end the scoreline probably didn't really reflect the actual thing. But this pass here by Roberts was ridiculous. I don't know how good his vision is, but that pass to Montaro there, or was just, I was like jumping up and down in my seat, fanboying it, having a goal scored against me. But anyway, that was 5-2. We then had a tough tie at Blackpool in the League Cup second round. They were the better team. They just had more quality about them. It was 2-2 at half-time. A game which, at half-time at 2-2, when we come back from 2-0 down, I thought momentum was with us. However, they scored one in the 57th minute, and then we just kind of got all demoralised and felt sorry for ourselves. And in the end, 5-2 in back-to-back games is pretty weird, but it's just kind of one of those things. And then we had a game against Scunthorpe. Giorgio Lanis, or Sticky Notepad dude, getting the goal back for us. Matt James opening the scoring for them. I don't know, I feel as if our first fixtures in this season, I mean, we've only lost one, but they have been very tough kind of starting off fixtures, and I can see us, once we get a little bit of run of form going, once we get used to this league, as really being able to challenge for a playoff spot. It's funny because it's a really weird kind of odd scenario to have come up through so many leagues so quickly. I didn't think we were going to get promoted last year. I don't think the fans could have dreamed of it. And I don't think the board could have. And what's happened is I've kind of been left in this situation whereby there's a few areas of the team which I don't feel like are fully strong enough to cope in this league. And once I get those positions sorted, we should be good. But anyway, transfer centre, just the two Finnish guys, if you missed the previous episode, so you know who I'm on about. We have Teemu Pelotari, the Finnish vice-captain centre mid, 21 years old, absolutely insane player, really good creativity. Looking forward to having him as a playmaker in the side. And then we have Peltola, the Aku Pentola, the insane goalkeeper. 22 caps for Finland at 21 as well. Another very young player coming in on a free. Absolutely ridiculous stats for a goalkeeper. Can't wait to have these two guys at the club. I'm very excited. There's a few bits of transfer news to tell you about. A few outs on loan, but pretty much standard loan people going out on loan who went out on loan last year. They're not good enough for the first team. I can't sell them. I can't get rid of them. Their contracts are on for another year or two. And so just loaning them out for 80% or above of their wages, just lowering that expenditure where possible. In terms of ins, there's been 5 ins since you've been here. We have Alexis Apostolos, the Greek Australian centre-back. You guys may remember I signed him last year and was really excited about this guy as a prospect, and then I found out he wouldn't be able to come to England until his 18th birthday. He turned 18 2 weeks ago. He's now at the club. I'm probably going to be moulding this guy to play the right wing-back position. I just need to get his creativity up a little bit. I mean, it's one of these situations where this guy's a really good centre-back, but he lacks that aerial ability. I mean, there is a chance that I can improve his aerial ability. I mean, he's not a small player, so that's not a problem. And his jumping, which I often find is the hardest of the two aerial stats to increase, is a half-decent 10, but heading is only at 9. So it's one of these situations where I'm not sure whether or not to turn this guy into a right-back or really stick with him as a centre-back and see how we get on. Probably going to have to look at that in a bit more detail in my own time. We then had 4 free transfers come in. I really just went on a hunt through the under-21 teams of a few kind of nations, looking for any potential kind of players. Most of these guys are just kind of reserve players, just to add a bit of strength and depth. They all came in on frees and they're kind of punts. So we have Niels Johnson Methman, what a name. This guy's nothing crazy, but I mean, it's just useful to have someone like this guy here. So if worst comes to worst, I can stick him on the bench. We've got Paul Murphy, who is a left back and centre back. Again, nothing too kind of crazy or special. Just a player that I can have there for if worst comes to worst and we really struggle with injuries. I've got an option there. Excuse me. And then we have Lars Hansen, very much a similar player. Not a bad right winger by any stretch of the imagination, but just someone there to add a bit of strength. We then will have Peter Smith. Now this guy's going to be an interesting one, I think. Peter Smith, left winger and striker. He is, well, you look at his stats and you think, 450 quid a week, got him in on a free. Those stats aren't too bad. They're really not too bad, can I start off by saying. But the main problem with Peter Smith is he's so injury prone. I mean, it isn't even funny. I am taking a risk on this guy, but I mean, I've got him in on a free. He's not getting paid a load a week. We'll see how things go here. But I mean, looking at his injury, he's torn his hamstring twice. He's sprained his ankle, he's damaged his heel. I mean, if we go on timeout, you can see sprained ankle, 2 fractured arms, a thigh strain. I guess one good thing is the fact that most of these bigger injuries happened in matches, so I know that there have been periods of time in his career when he has played first team football. I mean, if you look at his career stats, last few seasons he has made a few appearances for clubs in and around our level. Wolves released him at the end of his contract. We've snapped him up. I mean, he is in the Wales first team. He's yet to make an appearance for them, but who knows? Maybe he'll do that under us. But anyway, we've got a game to get to today. Today we are playing Rochdale in the League One. Just a quick look over the table, nothing too quickly because I have talked for a while this episode. We find ourselves in 17th place. We have a game in hand on a few teams around us. Teams playing 5 or 6 games each. 1 win, 3 draws and 1 loss. So a win today would see us, right back in contention on the edge of the playoffs, because a lot of teams have dropped points against each other, which is kind of weird. But it's one of those things. We'll just have to see how we get on here. So, moving straight into today, we are playing at Gig Lane against Rochdale. Rochdale are evens on favourite, so they are really kind of tipped to win this game. We're finding that a lot this year. The fact that we will come up against teams that I guess are just a lot better than us and are predicted to win a lot more. I'm actually going to make a change here just because I've just seen Glenn Stewart's fitness. I'm going to give Apostolos Alexis, the young centre-back from Greece, the chance to earn his first team appearance at the club. I've just changed control on the strategy. I've been playing either counter-attack when I'm away or attacking when I'm at home. But we seem to just concede and get hit on the break at home. So I'm just going to switch to control and maybe mix it up at half-time. We'll see how things go. Barney, of course, on the bench. So I have got a real attacking threat to bring on if we start kind of struggling. Big game, though, against Rochdale here. They're really looking to crowd out the centre, it would seem. Be interesting to see how we shape up against them. Where are Rochdale in the league? They're in 4th, so they're not by any stretch of the imagination a bad team. They've got 10 points in 5 games, which is pretty decent going. it's up for us. I guess it's up to us today kind of to unsettle them and ruin their form. I'm just going to tell the guys to enjoy the match today. I'd love to push for a playoff spot this year, and I still think we can. And we always seem to be a slow starter in the league. But at the same time, we have to be aware that we are playing in a league where the players in this are significantly better. The squads are significantly better in terms of strength and depth compared to us. We don't have too much experience in the squad. It's a very young team at FC United of Manchester. That may play against us, but at the same time it can really benefit us. So it'll be interesting to see how things go. We've got a chance here, LeConte to whip the ball in, half-heartedly clear. LeConte with a second bite of the cherry, looking for that pass. He'll find it to Olivier in the left wing back. Can he get the ball into the box? The former Barcelona left back, he won't, but Henry is there. LeConte with the shot, cannons off the post. Chance is not gone yet as Kowalski to whip in the box. Reed is there. Lillis to pick up the ball for Rochdale. Really good kind of attacking play there. Nice patient build up at the edge of the area. And it looks like we're on top of this game at the moment, which is a good start. So hopefully we can keep this going. We are playing half decently at the moment. And sirens outside my house. I try and play off the sirens, but my gosh, they are so annoying. Anyway, 0-0 against Rochdale. Not a bad result by any stretch of the imagination. Just going to tell the guys, pleased with how things are going, keep it up. And we'll see how we get on here. Oh, I need to take a drink of water. I don't know how long this episode's been, guys. Maybe someone can... Well, why am I asking you to tell me? I'll know how long this episode's been when I come to render it out and I'm sat there waiting for it to render. But I don't know, guys, what is your kind of ideal length of video? Maybe leave that in the comments, because it's a weird one, because I don't know how long people have kind of time free to watch these episodes. I mean, do you watch these episodes every day when they come out? Are you someone who waits for a few to come out, maybe at a weekend, and then catch up? Let me know in the comments, what's your kind of ideal amount of time? How long would you like a video to be? Leave it in the comments. 1-1 though. Wow, good reply. They scored there and I was a bit kind of demotivated, but Giorgio Lanis, or Georgilis, I can't even get his name out. What Australian sticky pad dude with the goal there. That is his 4th league goal in 4 games since Barney's been out injured, so that's really good for him. He's going to whip in the box, hit a ball here, and Evans is there. Alex Evans, I love him. I want to have his babies. The guy is an absolute monster. Really good header for him, and he seems to score so many as a centre-back. It's pretty crazy. Anyway, Billy Reid here with the chip ball, wasted opportunity. That could have been 3-1. That probably would have killed off the game, but nevertheless, we do look well in control of this game. We just need to see this out now. If we can get another goal, that would be great. They're on the attack, though, and we need to defend this well. Wiles with the space. Great save by Angus Gunn in the 1v1 situation. I know I've talked shit about him this episode, but he's done a good job for us in the 3 years he's been here, and he can be called upon in situations like that to defend it well. So we have 2 minutes left to cling on here. Hopefully we can do a job. Make that 30 seconds. It looks like we've got the ball. We've got a free kick here. We can time waste now. We don't need to rush this free kick, and I think this is going to be the game. Carson to whipping the ball. Is anyone there? No. Guys, just keep hold of the ball. We don't need to lose it here and get hit on the counter. To Kowalski with the ball. The Polish right back. Been fantastic for us this season. Came in on a free with compensation, and he has averaged a rating way above 7 in his first 5 games. Really good team performance here. You can see Alex Evans on an 8.0. Matt LeConte on a 7.6. Some really good performances there. So I'm going to just tell the guys, well done guys, that was a good win for us. That is a really good win actually, because Rochdale really are up there. And having played that game, we now find ourselves in 10th, with a few teams above us having played an extra game. So that's good signs for us. We are still in the playoff contention area. Really good 2-1 win. We weren't expected to win that, however, we've shown some real class to upstage Rochdale there. Guys, I'm going to cut off this video here. The episode's been pretty long. I appreciate it if you've watched until this point, as always. If you've enjoyed the video, give it a cheeky like. Remember to leave in the comments, you know, how long do you watch my videos for? How do you watch them? Do you watch them all at once, or do you stay tuned every day, waiting for the video to appear in your subscription box, thingamabob? And other than that, I'll talk to you guys in a bit. It's me, Jack, and I'm out.